1 tower chimps. Believe it or not, it has been done a few times before. It's been done with Sada before she inevitably got nerfed. It has been done with Geraldo before he inevitably was nerfed, and then nerfed again, and then maybe even nerfed again on top of that. A lot of nerfs going on over here. So the question is, Geraldo's still really good, but how good is he? Is he good enough to still solo chimps? That's a tough question, a difficult answer, and one that we are going to try to answer for you guys today. So first of all, you should note that there's only one possible way to 1 tower chimps with Geraldo, or at least one map to 1 tower chimps with Geraldo at all. It is this map right here. And the reason why is because this guy right here is a crusher. And it crushes Bloons, allowing you to pop pretty much anything in this little tiny vicinity right here. But specifically allows us to pop leads, because Geraldo has 0 way to pop leads until he gets a Fire Spirit. And that Fire Spirit is very, very, very good against leads, but you cannot buy it until past round 30. That means you have to somehow figure out how to pop round 28 leads, and somehow figure out how to pop round 30 leads. And that is very, very, very difficult. You might just think that it's one of those things that just, like, sort of randomly can just be like, well, you gotta micro, like, a little bit and try a couple different times. No, 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 no. This is one of those things where you have to literally have perfect micro, perfect planning, perfect everything to design and organize something that'll actually make this happen. It is tricky, it is difficult, it is not easy to do. But it is possible. And that is the main thing that we're going to do for you guys today. We're going to use a combination of glue and totems and anything else that we can use here to make sure that we pop round 28 and round 30 lead balloons. So let me show you guys kind of how it's going to be done here. We're going to let the first 3 leads, I think it's the first 3 leads go through here. No, I think we got to do 2 leads. Hold on. Bam! Did we get it? Indeed we did. Absolutely beautiful. First try on round 28. That is exciting! But the crazy part is, round 28 is not the hard round. Round 28 is actually the easier of the 2 rounds. Round 30 is going to be the tricky one. So I'm going to try to do it once live, and then when I inevitably fail, it's going to go into a 15-ish, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, I don't even know how long it's going to take, minute process of seeing how long does it take to actually get these guys defeated. But what we have to do is try to plan accordingly, because this glue already exists because we needed it for round 30. There's no way for us to get rid of this glue without letting bajillions of balloons go through, and I think even if we let every single balloon on round 29 go through here, this would still not be enough to make this all happen. So anyways, we did it all wrong, and I need to reset and see if I can figure this out somehow. Okay, so it's all up to these leads here. What you gotta do is you gotta get your glue ready, and on the last 3 leads, approximately in this location right here, we're going to throw down some glue. Our plan is to let this glue slow these guys down. These guys are going to wrap around here and go through here around the same time that these guys are going to wrap around here and go through there. But at the same time, we still have to spam 2 of these guys right away, very quickly, to try to get these guys backwards, and then we got to chomp. Now you can tell it didn't go perfect, and believe it or not, 4 leads are still left over. Now we can't just have 1 lead sneak through, or 2 or 3, we need 0. 0, or else we lose. Now, we're not currently actually playing Chimps. We're playing Chimps. I could have just exit and leave or whatnot, but at the very least, I know that for a fact, if these guys even do sneak through in a stupid way, I can restart, and it definitely makes me feel a little better about this. Okay, see how close we are? We got it all the way down to 1 lead balloon. But 1 lead balloon is too many lead balloons for us, and that means we lose. Oh! We did it! Actually, I think this was my fastest run yet, which is kind of exciting. It only took me like 5 minutes, man. That's pretty good. But we're not out of the woodwork yet. We still got a lot of work to do to make this all happen and happen properly. We've got to hope for the best here. We even got to watch out for things like, oh crap, there's regen balloons over here, and I randomly put down a stupid thing over here, so this could actually cause a little bit of chaos, but luckily it doesn't. But later on, that might cause some chaos. You know what, I think to stop that, I think I'm probably not going to put very many up in here yet. Maybe later on, like 80 plus, I'll get to do something like that. But for now, we are not going to make that happen. Anyways, I'm not going to say things are going to go good for a long time, but there isn't going to be any major issues here. Round 40 is probably going to be a little bit tricky for us. And then after that, though, things are actually probably going to go pretty simply. The only thing we do have to make sure that we do is, as sad as it is, we have to make sure we save up enough money to get Jerry's Fire for round 38. Because that's the first time lead balloons are going to pop back into existence, and we got to make sure we've got Jerry's Fire ready to go at that point. I think it'll only cost us a couple grand to actually make that happen, but it's still something to keep in mind here. And again, that is the only way that we can pop lead balloons pretty much in its entirety here for a little while. The good news is, as you can tell, getting enough of these shooty turrets going equals complete and utter destruction, and actually things are going pretty smooth. Don't forget also that Geraldo needs to get cam detection, and the only way to get cam detection is by giving Geraldo his cam detection potion. But luckily, the cam detection affects every single thing that Geraldo basically owns, and that means the shooty turrets also get automatic cam detection, which is pretty gosh darn sexy. Alright, so we didn't spend that much money on almost anything else in the entire game here, but we clearly at least have enough money here to get this Jerry's Fire, so we're just going to do it. By that, by Jerry's Fire, we're just going to throw down a random turret kind of somewhere over here, and hopefully that's good enough to get us going in here. Jerry's Fire is actually super duper powerful, but one really weird thing about it is one Jerry's Fire is really, really powerful, but once you get a second Jerry's Fire, it becomes significantly less powerful. So keeping one on the screen at the same time, always, great, fantastic, good idea. Keeping more than one on the screen, not worth it unless you're spamming a bunch of them to kind of like support yourself in the late game. It's kind of an interesting concept to kind of get used to, but it really does affect the game at least a little bit. All right, here we go. We're going to go for another shooty turret here. Just kind of trying to spam them in the most efficient places that I can think of. I'm not even sure if this is a good idea, though. I think this is a bad idea for the shooty turret. This might actually cause us some chaos later on. So here we go. Here's the first Moab. We're just going to chomp it just to get rid of these guys. And you can see, even against ceramics, this is not a bad thingamajig. You know, like, this is pretty decent. And then we clean them all up. Moab, not a big deal. Okay, so one weird thing about Geraldo here is that all of these things that we can use are kind of irrelevant for a long time. The only thing that we can kind of use in a somewhat effective manner long term, if we really want to, is road spikes. Like, nothing else lasts long enough to actually become worthwhile. The only other thing that we kind of can use, but it's not super duper effective because you have to put it in like a weird spot that like doesn't really necessarily make that much sense, is this right here. Maelstroms. In addition, you kind of want to wait for the stronger Maelstroms anyways, so it's like, is it even worth it to go for these guys? So it gets really tricky later on, but for now, I'm going to wait because I don't even have 3 of them yet. I'm going to kind of look up when the next level of these guys actually comes into existence and see if I want to wait or just build a couple of them, or like how I want to do it with this money situation. Because money is pretty prevalent. We got a lot of it. The question is just how do we spend it properly to make sure that we're doing the best that we can. And one weird thing about Geraldo here is that we really don't want to level him up unless absolutely necessary. And the reason why is because later on in the game here, we want to level him up to level 20 at a very specific moment. And that specific moment is going to hopefully help us jump the hurdles of the most difficult parts of the game. Basically get all of these guys to refresh right when we reach level 20. That gives us double the Jerry's Fires, basically, double the possible genies available, giving us another 4 shooty turrets, and we get to power them all up as well. So all of that stuff is extremely important, and we want to try to make sure that happens, but we want to make sure it happens on the right rounds. Otherwise, we can be screwed over real hard, real terrible like. So anyways, I'm going to do a little bit of research here while we kind of just beat these rounds, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I actually don't know if these guys get upgraded. I think that they might not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down some Maelstroms as low as I can, kind of near the back here. And we're going to leave sort of like a little bit of a breadcrumb trail near the end of the game. So if Bloons get all the way back here, we won't want them all to activate at the same time. We just kind of want to have like a slow activation that slowly kills the Bloons over time. But of course, it kind of sucks whenever any of these guys go off. And I also have to be careful because I don't know if like a bad balloon, like walking by here, would accidentally set these guys off. I don't think it's Oh My God or BFB would. But a bad balloon is significantly larger, and it definitely might set these things off. Anyways, we're actually in the clear for a little while. The next big thing for us is to make sure at level 13 we've got 4 shooty turrets here. If we need to activate another Geraldo's Fire, we'll do that. If we need to activate any sharpening stones or anything like that, we can do that. And if we want to, we can also put down a little bit of this action. Now, at this point in the game, I actually don't think any of these nails are actually going to do anything for us, so I'm not even going to try for it at all. But you can tell, look at this, man. Holy crap. Holy crap. Again, it feels very, very nice to have continues, and I'm sorry if you guys just think that this means there's no pressure on me whatsoever, because there's continues, but I can still misplace something, activate something wrong, do something silly, a round to go, and I cannot go back in time to change any of that. So, in addition, any of these things I would have easily been able to leave for Chimps mode anyways and just come back, so it's not really that big of a difference, but it does save us in those really weird sticky situations when Bloons are getting all the way to the very, very back over here. And I have to decide if I want to take my chances and let them see if they'll get killed, or just restart and try to reset and like do something with these guys. But other than that, it doesn't really change the pressure level that much, you know? And that's really kind of a rarity over here. This is like a late game round 98, 99 kind of situation for us to have to deal with. All right, there's too many Bloons for us to deal with here. We're going to go for at least one Jerry's Fire. I'm going to use the Crusher here. I have to hope that round 49 is going to be too bad for regen Bloons, because this guy does exist. But again, I do have the ability to kind of like throw random crap down if I want to. We're going to regen a few of them, but with Jerry's Fire and everything combined together, round 49 is taken down. All right, $22,000. It seems absurd. You're like, dang, Chris, you got so much money, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. I mean, kind of, yeah, but also kind of no. Dang, yeah, I can't let that happen. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to sharpen all three of these guys. I normally don't use very many sharpenings. I'm also going to go for the strength potion on him, and then I'm going to use a random totem. I don't know if all of these are actually 100% necessary. I'm going to use it over here. It's kind of like a silly spot, but I want to make sure we're at least in range of all our crap before we like start sending things backwards. And then I might use another Jerry's Fire over here, but, you know, money's really not that important. $540 is really like nothing in the grand scheme of things, man. I don't really need money for anything. I just get to level up Geraldo whenever I want, but realistically, I don't want to level up Geraldo at all so we can get a later level 20. The later you're level 20, the better off you are, because that means you're going to have a super duper late double genie play, but sometimes you're forced to go for somewhat early genies just to survive, maybe on round 95 or something like that. And that's not fun to deal with, guys. Not fun to deal with at all. All right, here we go. We got another Maelstrom to play, and again, just kind of leave a breadcrumb trail over here. We do have enough money for another shooty turret here if we absolutely need it, but I'm going to start trying to save up shooty turrets so we can get our max level shooty turrets on level 13. It's not a big change, but when you're playing a one-tower Chimps game, every single little tiny bit of pop and power that you have possible to you, you have to try to go for, guys. You gotta try for it. Oh, dang. Look at that. This sucks. Yeah. Okay, I don't know why I'm being so greedy about this. We're going to go for another Jerry's Fire. I'm going to throw it up in the front here. Hopefully that doesn't cause any chaos for any regen action. But other than that, I mean, it's going to be a really good Moab. I think I also want to put on this guy in strong so we just hurt Moabs too. I hope that works out the way I want it to. It's going pretty good overall. And yes, that's a big change. It's a real nice big change. And Jerry's Fire also gives that camo detection too, which is just absolutely delicious to have, man. It's kind of hard to beat, to be completely honest with you. All right, anyways, I think we're going to be good for a little while here now that we got double Jerry's Fires going, but I will update you guys if anything cray-cray happens. Imagine the creamiest, smoothest, buttery vanilla ice cream that you can ever imagine in your entire life. That is about how smooth things are going for the past few rounds. I haven't had to micro at all. Things just kind of happen. Things die. Life is good. We've got our second bunny already. Sadly, we need 4 bunnies to make this Super Mega Bunny happen. That guy's going to be a game changer for us, but I don't think it's going to happen before round 63, which means we're probably going to have to throw down something crazy here, or get some Maelstroms going, or something. I don't really know for sure, but I definitely want to build my second Jerry's Fire. No, I still already have a second one. Okay. I thought this guy disappeared for a second, but now we good, we good. But again, surprisingly decent. Like, for just a Geraldo, and not even building all of Geraldo's possible defenses here, we're actually beating round 58. I don't want to say no issues, but pretty easily. Oh, boy. We're going to throw in another Jerry's Fire for sure. I think I'm going to keep probably 2 on the screen at the same time all the time, most likely. If we ever get into any really, really sticky situation with regen Bloons, I think we got Maelstroms available to us. Sadly, it looks like round 60 is going to be too beefy for us, and we're going to have to do something fancy. Okay, we use the Champa. Round 60, we used the Chomper. We also got a little bit of extra Jerry's Fire action. I also used the Strength Potion, and things went down. But that's also pretty scary, because round 61 shouldn't be that hard. Oh, crap. This is looking rough. A lot of regen Bloons coming in here. This might be a Maelstrom kind of situation, though I hope it is not a Maelstrom kind of situation. Don't have the Chomper up yet, so I really don't have the ability to use that guy. A lot of Moab still on the screen here. Really relying on Jerry's Fire to do most of the popping power. We get our third bunny, which is nice. But still, gotta hope. This is gonna be enough here. I don't think so. Oh, with Jerry's Fire. Ooh, with a Maelstrom, we could survive, but I don't know if I want to waste a Maelstrom on that. Yeah, I think I could beat it. All right, I added in a third Jerry's Fire here, and the reason why is because round 63, we're going to need a lot of extra help anyways, so I really don't feel bad about using it. It's 500 bucks. Technically, that even saved me money off of wasting a Maelstrom here, so I'll take that. And then I'm actually going to be a little careful about Jerry's Firing anything up at the front here for a little while, because even though it like is nice to kind of like start popping the Moabs against regen Bloons, that's going to be pure and utter chaos, and I'm definitely afraid of that. It looks like I could buy at least one more turret here, maybe up to 2 more turrets here without too many issues. Bloons are definitely getting in the way here, and don't forget this Jerry's Fire was also saving us if anything got through over here. I do have cam detection, but yeah, dang. More issues. More issues. Okay, I'm kind of putting a lot of my eggs in Jerry's Fire basket right now. That is where I'm getting most, if not almost all of my popping power. Oh, dang. Reinforced Bloons are scary. Luckily, this thing is surprisingly helping out a decent amount. The creepy idol. Oh, 63. All right, so I've got 3 Maelstroms, first of all. I also have 3 glues. So I'm going to start off with a single glue here. I'm going to see if that's going to be enough to kind of get me going. I'm going to try to crush this next load, and we're going to try to maybe use another glue on the last load and see kind of how everything just works together. I really can't tell how things are going right now, but it looks decent enough. That worked really well with an original glue there, and a nice crusher. Not perfect, but decent enough, I think. And that is going to get us through around 63. Absolutely beautiful, and we might get this bunny for 64. Let's see. Yes! There it is! A big game changer for us. Tons of extra popping power now. That is quite delicious. I am definitely happy about that. Alright, so I think the way the bunny works is it's only going to start activating if you have... I guess you have to be close enough to Geraldo to make it work. I never really looked at how the rabbit works. And I've done a one-tower chimps with Geraldo already before, and I still don't know exactly how all of these things work together. It's so weird. But the bunny, I think you have to be within like a certain amount of range of him, I guess, to make him work properly. I thought it was a range of something he owns, but I guess that is not the case. Because, honestly, a lot of my experience with Geraldo has been on balance. Of course, I've had to do a lot of Chimps Plus videos on that with Geraldo plays, and it gets tricky, man. Let me tell you, it gets weird and tricky. But either which way, we've got a bunny now. That is going to help us out a lot, because, yeah, look at that. It's going all the way to the BFBs over here now. It's just so weird and goofy. It doesn't seem like it knows what it wants to do. But either way, I think we're going to be good for a while. So you guys know the way I like to play this. Once we beat 65, I'm going to skip through the 60s. We'll meet you guys back for the 70s. See how things go. But I don't like this. 2 BFBs at the same time. I'm going to be beeftastic enough here. With the bunny. With the bunny! Oh, yeah, bunny's delish. Bunny's amazing-tastic. There we go. All right, round 72. We were able to get 3 out of the 4 turrets here. I think that's pretty good. That seems pretty reasonable to me. I think I'm still going to pile them up kind of in this general location here. I just kind of like these straight lines that I can shoot down, and it's pretty nice to chase over here as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of spam them anywhere in this general location. At this point in the game, I actually do not feel bad about wasting/using sharpening stones. As far as money's concerned, again, going to have way too much of it. So, let's just use these guys and make our life a little bit easier. I'm going to use it on the stronger turrets. And as far as other things go, I probably don't need to use these genies anytime soon. But if I run into any super major issues, like, I'm just going to start using them, man. I don't really think that this is going to be, like, all that troublesome in the, like, low 80s. But once we get to the 90s, that's when things are going to get to really get insane. And we might actually start to fail. And might even get to the point where we fully fail. And that's when things get scary and sucktastic and very unfun for all of us. But until then, we will fight on, my friends. We will fight on and see where we can go. I would normally say that 75 is my first big hurdle that I have to jump over. And I think the bunny's going to keep us in the game pretty good, like. So, yeah, let's see if these ceramics keep getting dominated by the bunny. It's going okay. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't feel terrible, but it does make me wonder how 76... Oh, crap! Look at the... Wait. Snipe it. Oh, I can't waste a Strom. The thing about the strength potion is you would think it would be very obvious whether or not it helps or doesn't help. But straight up, it's hard to tell most of the time. It probably does help, but not a significant amount. But it's usually just worth it to use because it's only 110 bucks, so why not? Today, a Chomper looks like it's on the table here. Boop. Chomp them, got most of them. And good enough for me. Good enough for me, man. All right. In the 70s, $54,000 saved up. Normally, this would be exciting because I'd say it's time to get like an Alchemist or something like that. Or now we can go for an MIB Village. But that is not in the spirit of a 1-tower Chimps. That would be in the spirit of a 2-tower Chimps. I mean, that would be an exciting 2-tower Chimps. Just either perma-brewing Geraldo and all the turrets, or getting Homeland Defense or something like that would be pretty cool. I'll admit it. Dang, look at this. We struggle-lugged against the other round 75 PFBs. Now we got 5 in a row here. All bundled up, too. Could hope that Bunny just does some magical damage here. Otherwise, we might be screwed. I got the Chomper ready. Yeah, we're going to try... I don't know if that was a good chomp or even a worthwhile chomp, but we did it. But now we got to struggle against round 78 here. Another big, beefy ceramic level. Possibly even beefier than all of the previous rounds that we've ever had to deal with. So, yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is glue is quite helpful in these situations. So we're going to go for a quick glue. Just the ceramics. That's all I really care about. Slow them down a little bit. Might do the same thing against the camo ceramics, or I might just take my chances, because that actually did not go bad at all. But again, with the glue, maybe it just did that much extra damage to me. Ooh, we got 3 Jerry's Fires here. We don't actually want that to happen. At this point in the game, spend your money. Keep your defense pretty consistent. Camo detection is probably not going to be that big of a deal for me. I think no matter what, I'll automatically have camo detection, but why not? Let's just use it on Geraldo. And then, I guess I'm going to throw down one of these totems, too. It's not, like, the best thing ever, but it helps just that little tiny baby bit that might actually make a big difference in either winning or losing. All right, big chunks of camos. I got this guy ready to go, but it looks like I don't even need it, and that goes easy. I didn't even need to waste my money on that glue earlier on. I got afraid, I'll admit it. Big chunks of ceramics seems scary, but not today, not for Geraldo, not for this defense. Oh, crap. All right, we got a big deal here. We got a big deal. Regen Bloons. Luckily, I did not go too ham on the random guys over here, and I also am leaving him on first, which means he shoots through this layer. Actually does a pretty decent amount of damage to these guys. And then they don't actually have time to regen before they get to my big defense. So, decent enough for me, man. Decent enough for me. The cool thing is, if I want to start building some more defense over in this general location, I most definitely can after round 79. There's no huge regen levels after this. There's some minor regens here and there, but I will not feel bad whatsoever about building 5 turrets over here now. I can't think of anything. Like round 95 maybe would probably be the most difficult, but even then, got other defense here, guys, that'll probably be more helpful than dealing with random nonsensical action over in this corner. All right, round 79 is going down pretty easily. I feel like we are somehow magically just always getting stronger. I don't even know how or why. I feel like we struggled against 75, and then by the time we get to round 80, we didn't even build that much. We got like an extra random Jerry's Fire, and now all of a sudden we're dominating, and now our bunny's hitting the oh my god on round 80, which probably shouldn't happen. But all right, I will take it. I will take it for sure. Let's see how bad round 80 is going to be here, guys. I'm going to keep on sharpening things, though. Whatever I sharpen, I don't really care, but I'm going to keep on sharpening things. And I'm going to keep up with my Maelstroms over here, but I got to be careful at this point in the game because I want to keep up with them, but I also want to make sure when they do get upgraded. I was pretty sure about that, but I read most of the stuff and I didn't see anything about it, so I must have just missed it. But any which way, I want to make sure that if I do run into an emergency, I have some sort of emergency things to use. And one of the best things to use is probably a Maelstrom. It's 700 bucks, pretty powerful, deals with a lot of ceramics on the inside, and could do a decent amount of BFB damage. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good to have those things available and ready to go whenever you need them. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm going to throw Jerry's Fire down in the front. I think I'm good with that. I think I'm good with that. And then I'm going to try to not have 3 of these guys ever. I'm going to just throw down another Jerry's Fire, even though I already have, like, 4 of them. So, there's another one. And round 81, the first free play round. Tricky, but we take it down. But that scares the crap out of me. This is supposed to be the easier of all of the free play rounds. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Big changes here. Super ceramics now. We got to start dealing with these guys. All right, so Strength Potion is gone. Let's put it back on Geraldo. Let's see if that helps us out a little bit. I am going to sharpen this guy, I guess, because there's a lot of Bloons here. You know, a lot of Bloons for us to go through. So, more Pierce, always better. Even if we're chasing, whatnot. Let's go, let's go. And even with just a couple of these guys here, you can see how much damage we're doing to these BFBs. Like, you get a lot of time to pop them. And then here's our main defense to actually get rid of all the ceramics and everything. It's working pretty well. But still not perfect. I don't know how many of these guys I want to add in the front here, though. I'm going to be a little wary of that, because it seems like if we get too many of them up in the front here, we might pop too many big Bloons too quickly, and then we won't have enough time to kind of pop all of these guys. Oh, snap! Bunny barely hanging on here against these reinforced super ceramics. And reinforced and super are both different, just in case you guys are curious. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 20 health for a super ceramic. And then if you reinforce it, you double the health of whatever ceramic that is. So you're going from 20 to 40 health. And that might not seem like much, but like, what are these guys doing? Even 2 damage. It takes 10 shots to pop it. It's a lot. And that's for 1 ceramic. Multiply that by a lot of them, and then you can see the kind of major issue that happens here. All right, so yeah, if it went too crazy with the fire in the front here, I don't know. I don't think it would have mattered that much, to be honest. Gotta take it all back. That's a lot of Bloons. All right, we're gonna have to go for some sort of chomper action. I'm going to chomp something in the middle. Hopefully it'll help out a little bit. It looks like it does. Yeah, yeah. All right, Geraldo, level 16. Okay, okay. That seems fine. I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to put a glue down in the corner here. I don't think that's going to matter all that much. I hope that the BFBs don't absorb it, but if they do, I would not be super upset with that. It's a lot of Bloons for 84, guys. A lot of Bloons for 84. All right, how we doing? I don't know, not bad, not bad. Good enough, I think. And then this seems pretty easy for the end of round 84. We've already dealt with something bigger than this, I feel like. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really know what to say at this point besides that we are popping Bloons, and Geraldo is scary. Every single round can still kill us. Every single round can still kill you. I'm very happy that the buddy is still jumping over here, though. I feel like that doesn't always... It didn't used to happen, so I'm glad that it randomly is now happening when we actually need it against Oh My Gods and stuff. Dang, I feel like the bunny's getting more powerful or something, because we just popped a Oh My God over here. That seems pretty strong. And it's also not gluing things, which, believe it or not, is actually a good thing, I think, because I'm just trying to use up things slowly over time that I want to build back up and just have this kind of as a safety net. So if I could just glue some random Bloons sneaking through here only on round 98 when we really, really need it, that could be clutch. Or even on 86 if we need it. That can be amazing for us. All right, we got another sharpening stone here. I think they'll last for 15 rounds. After round 86, it's worth it to use. We got 3 Jerry's Fires, which I did not want to have happen here. Let's start using these guys again. And we have to watch his level again. It's only level 16 now, so we still got a lot of time to work with. But things are still going down. It's slow, but generally, we have not had too many major issues here. It's kind of interesting, actually, that there hasn't been nothing that's been, like, actually causing chaos with a lot of things needed to be used or randomly microed or something to actually make it go down. All right, 87 is going to be double the amount of Bloons as round 85. 4 is Oh My Gods compared to 2. It's a big ramp up, and I like to mention that because it's weird. It's weird to fight 2's Oh My Gods and then literally 2 rounds later fight 4's Oh My Gods, and they're both like the same amount of bundle. It just seems so weird that NGKB went kind of ham on you like that with the 4's Oh My Gods. But if you dealt with all those reinforced BFBs and everything, 4's Oh My Gods shouldn't actually be that difficult. It's weird, but if you beat 2, you're probably going to beat 4. I don't know why it happens, but it just kind of does. Not always, though, because there's a lot of Bloons. Okay? A lot more Bloons coming out. The Oh My God layer itself usually isn't that problematic, but the Bloons inside most definitely can be. So you have to have the right combination of defense here to make sure you kind of slowly melt the Oh My Gods instead of just always popping them all right at the same time here. All right, we got a big chunk of Bloons here. We're going to go for a quick crusher here. It was not perfect, but I think it's good enough. Some micro definitely required here. And I'm going to use another Jerry's Fire because I think we're just going to need it. Let's throw it up in the back here. All right. Good enough. I'm happy. 2 Jerry's Fires in the front. What else can we use here? We got nail mines at this point. I'm going to start doing it. We're going to throw down a bunch of nail mines kind of in between all of my Maelstroms. So if a Moab gets over here, the Moab can get popped by the nail mines. Then the Maelstrom will kind of like go off at the exact same time. Just hopefully help these guys out. I don't know. That's my plan. Again, money. Got no issues with money, so just do it. And then I left a little space here, all right? A little space for this guy. It doesn't matter that much, but you can install Moabs and things with these guys now. And for the minute amount of money that you're spending on it, it just feels worth, all right? And I'm just going to use 1 for now. I'm going to try to build up my second one, and then I think on round 90 or 91, I'm just going to start building everything. Whatever I got, just throw it down. It's worth it at that point. Okay, round 88. I feel like... again, going smoother than one would expect for a 1-tower Chimps. But it's not about getting to round 90. It's not about getting to round 95. It's about beating round 100. And to be straight with you guys, I think we're going to lose. So I know that you guys come to these videos because you want to see something that's never been done before, that's crazy difficult. And with the nerfs and everything that's happened to Geraldo, you expect these things to be impossible. And sometimes they are. They are impossible, or they are not in the realm of normal person capabilities. Where maybe like a computer could do it, you know, like a artificial intelligence could like plan this out and actually make it happen. Like maybe, yeah, for sure. But humans sometimes can't make it happen. Dang, we're getting to the point where like it's really weird, but these super reinforced ceramics are getting even beefier. And that's another thing. So normally 20 health, 40 health. I talked about that earlier. But don't forget that every single round past round 80, Bloons get ramped. Everything gets ramped. Moab health, ceramic health, everything. So I don't know the exact numbers at this point in the game, but that 40 number is now much higher than it used to be. And that's where a lot of damage and pierce really kind of comes into play, kind of combined together. Uh-oh. This is not looking good for us. I really don't want to use anything else unless I absolutely have to. I got a crusher here. Let's see if we can get a crusher flowing with anything decent in it. Not really. I think that's going to be the end of us here. I mean, technically, I could let the Maelstrom... Well, Bonnie's still doing a decent job. Nail mine's getting used up. But for the amount of money I spent on them, that's not horrible. Okay. Well, I don't love it. But I don't hate it. All right, we're going to go for our third Jerry's Fire here. Oh, I'm going to throw this guy... No, I'm going to wait till one more round before I throw everything down. Let's see how we doing against EVTs. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was absolute garbage. I guess we're going to start off with a Strength Potion. We're going to start off by using both of Jerry's Fires. No. No. I take it back. We're going to use a Moab Glue. That's going to save us. And we're going to use it right here, right when the DDTs pop on top of us. Here we go. Jerry's Fire. 1, 2, 3. 1 glue, 110 bucks. Stop DDTs. Worth. Gotta admit, worth. All right, and that still leaves us open. We're only level 17 here. We got a lot of time to work with, a lot of room to work with here to make sure everything's going to go down smooth-like. I got 3... Where did these guys come from? Why do I have 3 Jerry's Fires already? Did I not use those last round at all? All right, here we go. 1, 2, and... We're going to use another one in the front here. 3 Jerry's Fires. We got another Sharpening Stone. We're going to use it. At this point, use literally everything and anything you want to use, guys. I'm going to use 1 Maelstrom Baker Road. I'm going to keep the other one. And then I'm going to throw this guy down as well. I don't know if this is a good spot, but I'm just going to throw it down here. And then I don't know if this glue got killed by all those random ceramics coming through or whatnot, but it's gone. So, I don't know. I feel like it did its job probably, though. Probably. Hopefully. Oh, boy. All right, round 91. Beef-tastic. Very beef-tastic indeed. We're getting overwhelmed pretty hard here. Bunny's still trying to clean up. Jerry's Fire's combining together with Bunny. Oh, and Maelstrom's going to blow his load already on round 91. Ooh, I think I got to restart on that. The worst part about restarting is it does not mean that anything is necessarily going to change. I could just reset, retry, and I could still end up with the exact same things happening. But sometimes it's worth it just to give it a shot and see what can happen. Because maybe getting Jerry's Fires in different spots can help out a lot. Maybe just throwing down random $110 glue can help a lot. Maybe putting this in a slightly different position. Randomly just be amaze-tastic. I don't know. You never really know. So it's worth it, in my opinion, to go for it. I think that I could use one of these on the next round here if I want to, round 92, because that'll help me for 92 and 93, which is DDTs. But I think 94 is probably going to be the hard part, so I think I want to use my Genie on round 93, which will help me for 94. And then, hopefully use my second Genie on round 95, and that'll help me through round 95. Then, hopefully, we get to level 20, and by the time we get to level 20, we get all our Genies back and somehow pop everything else. So that's the plan. I don't know if it's going to happen that way, but that's the plan, my friends. All right, so we did a little bit better job of getting Jerry's Fires in the front here, which more quickly take down the BFBs, which allow us to kind of overall get more popping power out. Everybody's attacking more often. All right, there's still a lot of Bloons here. This Crusher is going to do absolutely nothing against big Bloons. Dang, I really want to use like a Maelstrom or something. Could also use glue, but oh dang, why does this look way worse than last time? Like significantly worse than last time. Oh my god, this was awful. I don't know if this was way better, but it was better. Let's see if we can do no Maelstroms or not. It's super close, but no Maelstroms get used up. That is helpful. Whew. All right, spicy, very spicy. All right, so we do have this new upgraded Genie at this point. I really don't want to use it on 92 unless absolutely necessary, but I just want to throw it out there that it is an option available to us if we absolutely need it. I'd rather use glue, but I think we're also going to need blue for round 95 and possibly even for future rounds here, and it gets tricky to decide exactly how we want to do these things. I got 2 Maelstroms, though. One of those guys is probably going to have to be used pretty soon here. I'm just going to speed this up because at this point in the game, if like I can't beat the beginning part of these Moabs, then I'm going to have to make some crazy plays happen most likely. But it looks like, oh, we blew 1 Maelstrom already. Yeah, that's too many Maelstroms. Okay, it sucks, but I think our best bet is to randomly, in the middle of all these Moabs, we're going to throw down a glue. All right, so the first batch of Moabs will get taken down kind of quickly. Then the rest of them will hopefully be glued for a little bit. There's a lot near the end here. How many free enforced Moabs are there, bro? All right, I'm going to also throw down a Maelstrom. I think that is going to clean up enough of these Bloons to kind of keep me in the game here. It's not what I want to do. Every little bitty baby item that we're using here is going to matter in the long run. Oh my god, we have $100,000 here saved up. Woo! So we've actually fought 4 Oh My Gods before, and we've beaten 4 Oh My Gods before. This shouldn't be that big of a deal, but don't forget they are beefier now. Not only are the Oh My God layers beefier, but the ceramics inside are also beefier. I don't remember if I had to use any weird abilities or upgrades to beat these things earlier. Holy crap. Oh my god. Alright, well, surprisingly, 1 Maelstrom gets blown only? If I only blow 1 Maelstrom, I think I'm okay with that. I don't love it, but I don't know if I could do better than that without wasting more money on other things. But if I blow more than 1 Maelstrom, I'm going to try to exit out and quit. Luckily, though, it looks like we do beat round 92. Now, all I have, though, is the old, crappier Maelstroms, not the newer, better Maelstroms. All right, so I'm probably going to lose here, but we'll just try, see if... Camera detection... Yeah, okay, all right, no problem. Let's try that one more time with the camera detection started off and activated. And I think I'm going to have to glue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to not glue. I am going to use the Genie. All right, now this is kind of a weird play. Because a Genie is kind of like your safety net. Whenever you're like, I know that I can't beat something, you usually use the Genie. The thing is I think I won't be able to beat round 94 without a ton of extra help from a Genie. So I think it's just worth it to use a Genie. It's my plan. So here it is. Genie for 93, help out against DDTs. Genie for 94, which will help out. For round 95, I'll probably have to use another Genie. And that'll get me through round 95 and 96. And then I'll be level 20. And that will give me 2 more Genies for 97, 98, 99, and 100. And I basically get 1 Genie for every 2 rounds. And we gotta hope that that's gonna magically be enough here with a little bit of extra support. But there is no guarantees at this point in the game, my friends. This is where anything can happen, and lots of bad things are likely to happen as well. It's a slow process, lots of oh my gods, very beefy. You can tell without this genie, absolutely screwed. Like, zero chance, man. Zero chance. I mean, he's got 134,000 pops already. That shows you how good this guy is. That is more than all of my shooty turrets that have existed the entire game. That one genie did that for me. All right, so we're absolutely going to need a genie for 95. Guaranteed. Let's use them right from the get-go. We're having a problem with purple camos being an issue, and I don't really know what to do about that. I'm going to use my strength potion as well on Geraldo. I don't know, man. This is weird. And we already got DDTs coming in pretty quick, like. But most of the purples are gone by now. And now we gotta hope that this one genie can beat Ground 95 basically by himself. I do have a glue. And I feel like, you know what? I do not feel bad about at least using a glue. Oh, baby. Even with a glue. Oh, no. Okay, so really all we have to our name right now is we have 2 spike mines, 2 glues, 2 Maelstroms. That's really all I can use. This is going to do nothing for us. We don't have any cooldowns or anything to use it on, so that's pretty terrible. I'm having trouble with purples getting in the way of camo leads. And camo leads kind of being a problem as well. And I don't really know if there's a solution to that. I don't know even know if a Maelstrom is going to help me out against any of this stuff, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to use a Maelstrom as soon as I see these over here. We're going to try to glue things and use both glues. So here we go. Maelstrom. Oh my god, it got eaten by the leads. It just got eaten. All right, here's... Or did it not go off because it didn't have cam detection? That could have also happened. All right, there's 2 glues being used. I got 2 nail mines. We're going to just throw them down in the middle of everything. I've got a crusher, but is that going to do anything for me? No, it's not. Right, I mean, this is basically our roadblock. The weirdest part about this roadblock is that I think that I can beat round 95, but it's going to be a death sentence for the future rounds. So, I've tried this using every single advantage that we got. I used all of my nail mines. I used these guys. I had the strength potion on. I used 2 Maelstroms on the Moabs over here, and I was able to glue all of the DDTs, and even with all of that, it wasn't even like, oh, 1 DDT snuck through. It was still like all the DDTs snuck through. So I don't think that this is going to go the way that I want it to, but we can always give it a shot. You never know if maybe we'll get lucky or something. Here we go, 2 Maelstroms here. Kind of in the middle of the map. Oh, we're still kind of alive here. But again, it's so painful. Look at all these DDTs. There's nothing to do. Except for one thing. We can get a genie. We can buy this guy. We can buy the strength potion. We can get our 2 nail mines going randomly wherever you want them to. We can buy 2 Maelstroms. Pretty much wherever, to be completely honest. We can get our 2 glues down. So we're going to put 1 glue there and 1 glue here. And to top it all off, we can rejuve ourselves for absolutely no reason. But then we can buy the next level. $13,860. Now again, this is terrible to do. You did not want to have to do this. Because now, it does give us 3 more Jerry's Fires. 1, 2, and 3. It gives us 4 more turrets. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's put it over here. Just in case I want to get another Jerry's Fire up in here. We can sharpen all these new turrets. To make sure that we're getting the max amount of pop and power out of them. And now we do have the ability to get 2 more genies. Now, if I can survive without using any genies here, we've got a chance. Okay, but if this is still at the point where, like, it's just not possible and you absolutely need a genie to make this all happen, another genie, a second genie, we're donezo. But, oh, why is the glue hitting those things? That sucks. That was stupid. But I gotta hope that these random 3 extra Jerry's Fires and these few extra turrets are gonna give us a little extra edge here. I'm also gonna go for a random extra glue. It sucks to think about, but kinda has to happen. Alright, we're gonna go for another glue right here. Kind of in the middle of a lot of these DDTs. Crusher's not gonna do much, but maybe I could use the Crusher in some magical, fantastic way. Not really. We got a couple ceramics out of it. And more DDTs are going to sneak through than should have been able to be sneaked through. Alright, this is about my last try without using another genie. I feel like I'm doing a really, really good job here. Not perfect, of course, but pretty gosh darn good. I'm using literally everything I've got here. to try to keep me in the game. Triple Maelstroms, everything all across the board, and it still just is not enough. Alright guys, here it is. We used everything that, of course, doesn't really matter too much if we put it down or not right now. We still got Nail Mines, Glue, Strength Potions. This doesn't really matter too much, but Nail Mines, Glue, and Maelstroms all available, and still 1 Genie, because we had to use 2 Genies for round 95. 2 sad, ridiculous Genies for round 95. And I strongly believe that this will be strong enough here. Those are my 2 old Maelstroms, by the way, that I got before reaching level 20, so it wasn't even really a waste for us unless you're like trying to do a hardcore, save as much money as possible kind of run, but that is not the goal of this video whatsoever. Round 95 should be easy, though, with 2 Genies, and it absolutely is. Now, I have 2 Genies for round 96, which means 96 should also be quite easy. Round 97 is usually not that bad, but you never really know with Reinforced Oh My Gods and how tricky they're going to be without any Genies. And then we got 1 Genie left for round 98 and 99. And I don't think that's going to be enough. But we'll wait and see. We do have other things available to us, and I want to save them. I'm not even throwing them down unless I absolutely get to use them. You know, I have to use them kind of situation here. Okay, 96. Very, very easy. Again, double Genies is good. And they're gone. Oh, no. And they're gone. Okay, okay. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see what happens with 97. 97 is definitely a slow roll here. Beefy's Oh My Gods. Gives us an idea of how the bad Bloon's going to go without any Genies. And let me tell you, not very good. Not very good. I'm going to hope that the bunny just kind of like magically does a good job here taking down the Bloons, which there's not that many of them. That's the good news about this one. There's not that many Bloons overall just overwhelming us here. So it looks like a slow takedown of 97. Uh-oh. Bloon's getting to the very back. 1 Maelstrom's gonna blow his load, which is unbelievably upsetting, but it's still... Does it have to happen, though, man? I don't know. That's all my Maelstrom. I gotta restart. It doesn't seem like that much, but this is $4,000 worth of Maelstroms. So if I could spend, like, $110 to save, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 on Maelstroms, at the very least, it sounds like a reasonable thing to do. You know, I don't know for sure if that is a guaranteed, like, yes, that is exactly what you need to do, Chris. But at the very least, it sounds good. Holy crap. These Bloons are strong, man. All right, we're going to see if we can wrap this puppy around and try to crush them. But I don't think they're going to be dead enough for me to crush them in any reasonable value. They got to be ceramics, otherwise it's basically worthless to crush. All right, it's again a slow roll here. If I have like 1 Maelstrom blow, I wouldn't be too upset. It's really about losing all of my Maelstroms. That's going to make me kind of upset here. All right, let's see if, surprisingly, again, 97, being pretty brutal here. And they're all blowing. Ooh. We actually pulled it off. I'm sorry I didn't get to show it to you guys because it took me like 5 tries to get, and I wasn't sure when I was going to beat it. But randomly, we did end up beating it. It took me using a glue very, very well. That was the main difference. I had to use a glue right over here to kind of separate the 2 Oh My Gods, allowing one of them to go all the way through while the other one sort of slowly got through. I also probably could have done something goofy where I separated them somewhat early on in the game, or just used 1 glue in the very, very back. But here we go, guys. This is time. 1 Maelstrom. We got to get some of these guys popped, even though this isn't great against the Bloons. I got to do some of this action here. We're going to see if we can do this without a Genie. I'm going to guarantee that we're not going to be able to do it without a Genie, but it's good to give it a try just to kind of see where we're at here. Gotta gauge the ridiculousness that is what's going on here. I can't even tell what got glued exactly, but I don't know if anything that I wanted to get glued actually got glued here. Okay, some Oh My Gods got glued. I guess that's okay. We got another Maelstrom here. We're gonna use it kind of early on in the game, I guess, but this is a lot of Boabs and BFBs. All right, now all we gotta do is pop like 12 Oh My Gods and some reinforced Bloons. All right, now at this point, this is what the Maelstroms are designed for. This is what we want them to be used on. And we still lose. All right, let's try it again with a smidge better Maelstrom play. I didn't use any on the BFBs in the original part here, but I am going to use them a lot on the BFB Moab combo over here. There's a second Maelstrom, and here's our 3rd Maelstrom. That's all of them. Basically, we have nothing else to use besides a Genie. But if I was going to use a Genie, I'd use it at the very beginning of a round, not at the end of the round to save the day. Maelstroms kind of doing their job here, but obviously not good enough. No, Geraldo, I can't tell them to do that right now. It's too late game for that. No, Geraldo, come on, Geraldo. Alright, I guess I'll tell him. Well, Geraldo wants me to tell you guys that if you're feeling extra supportive of me, one way to do that is to click this little button right here, click the little creator support button, and then in lowercase letters type in S, J, and B, and hit confirm. Thank you guys, and sorry that Geraldo's making me do this. So at this point, it is a fact of life that without the genie, we most assuredly cannot be around 98. But we do get a genie for round 98 and for round 99. That is good news. This is actually pretty good news. But don't forget, having a genie doesn't mean you win. You can tell from 95, we still lost while having a genie. The only good thing about this genie is that it's going to be a little bit more effective against the Bloons because it's sort of a slow process here. Very slow popping power. I want to randomly try to glue some of these Oh My Gods here in just a second. I'm going to slow them down, keep them away from the rest of the Bloons, but I don't want the BFBs to get glued, so we're going to go like this, and we're going to glue some of these guys. It's going okay, actually. Still a lot of Oh My Gods on the screen, though, which is very, very, very scary. So here we go, though. These are regular Bloons, not reinforced, which means a Maelstrom is actually going to do something here. So we're going to go for one Maelstrom. I think I'm going to go for a second Maelstrom here pretty soon. Give ourselves a little bit of time here to pop things a little bit lower. The lower the Bloons, the better off we are. This is just so many Bloons, it's hard to pass up. And there's a second Maelstrom. We do pretty well with that Strom. If I could keep an extra Maelstrom, that would be good news for us. And it looks like round 98 is indeed completed. We have a genie for round 99. Can we take down round 99, though? Whew. All right. Geraldo, Solo, Chimps in right now. They're kind of getting glued a little bit. We definitely need to glue some of these guys, though. Again, Genie's having a problem with attacking too many regular Moabs instead of DDTs. And they're just basically all going to sneak right through. Okay, this could be the end for us. There's really not that much micro to do. There's not very many things to do. I've got a glue and a Maelstrom, and of course my genie. I think gluing these guys as soon as I possibly can is probably best, but the glue is getting eaten up by a lot of Bloons and stuff as well. The Maelstrom, actually very well played right there. We're popping the Mob layer and a lot of the ceramics, but it still just doesn't matter because our genie is not hitting the right things and or just strong enough to take down DDTs by himself. So, yeah, we're going to try to throw down... Well, I got a glue right here, too. Let's wait a little bit longer on this. A smidge of an earlier Maelstrom. On all the Bloons. Perfect Maelstromage. And, yeah. Alright, we get our two glues up very, very quickly here. We pop most of the DDTs, but one... No, we don't pop most of the DDTs. There's still like 6. 6, bro. Okay, after about 10-ish tries, I feel like I've kind of optimized most of the strategy. I feel like Maelstroming right when the Moabs are right about there is pretty good. Gluing when not at the first DDT, but kind of at like the second or third DDT, usually best. And then also, even though I didn't do it that great that time, timing when your genie is going to kind of be closest to the Bloons when you start the round allows you to shoot out just a few extra beams here, kind of starting off your popping power a little bit earlier. Getting all of that combined together definitely helps you out, but it still does not seem to make the big difference and the big jump. If I was really close and I had one DDT left, I would say, yes, I think I can make this happen. But without that, there's just too many going through for me to even say, I think I could do this. The worst part is, even if I did decide to beat round 99, round 100 would be literally impossible. I would have 0 GDs, and basically no extra help beyond what I currently have in this game, and you saw how bad I struggled against round 97. Round 100 is automatically going to be way, way worse than reinforced Oh My Gods. So I must call it. We have gotten to round 99 solo chimps with Geraldo. That does not mean that Geraldo is bad by any means. It actually shows how absurdly good he is. But we were not able to complete chimps solo. I actually don't even know if I mentioned this earlier on in the game, but if you guys haven't noticed, Geraldo costs more than $650 now, so you can't even do a Geraldo start. We had to specifically give ourselves $755 to start up this game, so he's double not able to solo chimps here. If you guys enjoyed, press that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.